At The Greater, we're always on your side. We've got this winning lineup of products and services ready to get you over the line. To kick goals for your finances, contact The Greater. Proudly supporting Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. At the
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.
Welcome everybody at home, listening in on a Tuesday night, a frosty Tuesday night here on campus at Callaghan. Tonight we've got the Waratahs travelling over to the next suburb to University, taking on the might of the Seahorse, the Crimson team in red. And I'm getting heckled already by these jokers on campus here, but actually it's the old boys from the Waratah Rugby Club who are here to cheer their side on. How you going, fellas?
Good, mate. Real good. Bit chilly, but all right.
So what are you up to?
We're here to cheer for a big win. Big win tonight for the Waratahs. Put us second on the ladder.
Second on the ladder. That's a great achievement considering you guys didn't start the season too well.
Only had one loss. One loss. Now this will make it, 5 on the trot.
5 on the trot. We got to win first, Tiger.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Uni could be all right, but we'll never know. At the end of the game, we'll see how it is.
Yeah, very good. And you guys sort of getting back to that. You'd have to be top 2 favourites, I guess, with Hamilton at the moment.
Probably. We'd like to think so, but you never know. You know, we think Uni may be okay. Wanderers have already given us a touch-up, but Hamilton will be the big thing at the end of the season or in a couple of weeks' time.
Yes, very good, and we look forward to covering that match here on Bar TV. So getting back to it, the greater NHRU match of the round, I guess the catch-up match it is here from the rained-out weekend we had on round 5. The teams are Waratah facing the mighty Seahorse of the University on campus here at Callaghan. And what a great job they've done here on the Tuesday night, just going through the teams for Waratah. In the front row, we've got Josh Afoa and Alan Miracalis. Loney is playing hooker today. Todd McDean and Jono Reynolds, the second rowers. Frank Roberts and Dylan Hines, your breakaways. And Palu is the big number 8 here at Callaghan. Halfback today is Joel Ford. The South African import, Dane Sherritt. Looking forward to see him play tonight. Chase Hicks is one wing. Nick Medcalf is the other wing today. Carl Manu and Junior Polai make up your centre pairing. And Tim Riley, of course, safe as houses at the back. The coach is Matt Chidgey, who comes back into the greater NHRU after a long stint. We look forward to seeing how he's got the boys fired up today. So, of course, the University side, there's a few changes today. They didn't pull up too well from the game on the weekend. Of course, the short turnaround hasn't helped things at all for these guys. In the front row, we've got Sam Zielinski, Scott Hamilton, hookers Nick Lane. Dylan Nagel makes his debut for the Seahorse today, along with the old Wiley veteran Mark the Unicorn O'Brien, Angus Price, and Jack McKenzie are your breakaways. And number 8 is Darcy Baker. Halfback today, Michael Hanley. Nick Geldon makes his debut at fly half. Will Frost, another debutant here tonight in the centres, was James Wilkinson. Of course, Sam Berry, he'll be joining us in a little bit here in the commentary box. Brad Roberts, one winger. Leo Manny, the Spanish import for the University side. And, of course, the old veteran, Dave Snowy Kennedy, makes his return to the top grade. As you can see on your screens now, the Seahorse being led by their captain tonight, Jack McKenzie, coming out onto the field. The conditions are absolutely amazing here for twilight nighttime rugby on a Tuesday night. And if you're tuning in out there in TV land at home, make sure to tweet us in at Bar TV Sports, hashtag Bar TV Sports. Get involved on our Facebook page, Bar TV Sports, and of course the YouTube channel where you're watching right now, Bar TV Sports. Give us a comment. Tell us how much you like these standalone games. for the greater NHRU competition. Of course, there are a host of other sponsors involved. We've got NIB, Viatech, Tui's, Tulloch, and of course, streaming live tonight, our partner in crime tonight, Jimmy Garner, stuck in the Herald bunker, as we now have Sam Berry joining us in the commentary box. The university captain out injured tonight, bit of a head knock, so I don't know how we go with my voracious wit tonight. How are you, Sam?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Thanks for having me. What a beautiful place to be on a Tuesday night, isn't it?
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else, tell you what, Sam.
Absolutely not.
I love what they've done here. The car parking is amazing now. I remember you used to come here and you couldn't get a park for 2 days, but now the amenities are brilliant. You look at the big buildings in the backdrop.
Well, I just really thought they were building a grandstand for us for our 10 or 15,000 people we normally get to the game, but obviously not that many tonight being a Tuesday. But
Uni exams, I heard.
Yeah, there are, but there's still a few people staring out the windows, looking at the game, looking at the nice big muscly uni boys warming up over on the far side there. So it'll be an entertaining game tonight. I think
Is that
University.
a banner? Is that a banner up there?
It could be. What's it say? Where's Berry
Where's
tonight?
Sam Berry? In the commentary box for Bar TV as we go to the kickoff. Now that was Dane Sherritt landing it
Straight on Darcy Barker's chest.
very good. And tell us a little bit about Barker. He's come into the team, has he, tonight?
Nah, Darcy's been around for a little while. He's a young fella who's come from Tamworth. Made his debut in first grade last year. Was only a colt last year, so he's got a lot of potential and played really well, kept his spot last year, and probably off to a little bit of a slow start this year, but he had a good game against Lake Macquarie last week and started to bounce back a bit.
Clever little kick there too, forcing the Waratahs to take the ball into touch. Nick Metcalf, the Waratahs winger.
You'll probably
doing the
see a bit
duties
of that
there
tonight. It's a little bit slippery underfoot there. It's a beautiful night though, very cold, but the conditions out there, a bit muddy. I think there'll be a bit of kicking from both teams.
So good rivalry against these two clubs too, as we see the line out one there by Uni. Good set piece there. I'm very impressed by the set piece of the Uni side this year, and they've turned the ball over here, so I won't be happy with that as Joel Ford cleans up the scraps. So you've worked on the set piece a bit in the off-season.
Yeah, since Tony Hogg's come in, it's always been a bit of a strength the last couple of years, even though the results haven't suggested we've been too good in any facets of the play, but really the line-out's been excellent. We've got a couple of big jumpers. We've got Dylan Nagel on debut tonight. If you have a look at him, he's about 6'5", so I think you'll see a fair bit of line-out ball going to him tonight. And also Mark O'Brien, who's come across to Uni. He's actually coaching third grade as well, but he's still got a bit of miles.
Got a bit of fight.
Yeah, he's
got a bit of fight in the old legs. He's been around everywhere, hasn't he? He's played in the Shoot Shield in the Sydney comp. He's played overseas. He's played for
bit of country
several
rugby.
clubs here. Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah, so he's been great with the line out and also the scrum there. It was quite a good scrum by Waratah there. So I better not put the mock on the Uni scrum at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And Hanley picked that up well off the back as we see a little box kick from the back here. And again, Metcalf forced to do the scraps as he gets it away to Riley. And Riley straight up the middle of the park. He's still going, Riley. It could be trouble here for the Uni side, and he's going still. Riley gets a ball away to Manu. Is it Manu? Gets a ball away now to Palu. Palu keeps going. He forces a pass unnecessarily, so that's going to be a turnover. But early signs not very good here for the University side, Sam.
Nah, huge break by Tim Riley there coming in at 15. I think if the Uni boys are going to kick to him, they've got to keep that line straight. They came up in all sorts of numbers there and not one line. So Tim Riley, good start for Waratah, and they've got an attacking scrum 5-10 metres out.
Yes, very good play there. He's so dangerous from the back, Tim Riley. He's probably been, I think, the form fullback in this competition for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Kicks goals, scores tries, but we've got David Kennedy back for Newcastle Uni. He's been missing for about 3 years. Went down to Sydney as a teacher, went down to follow his career, and he's come back, played last week, and he's a point-scoring machine as well. So if the tries are scored, the goals will be kicked.
And reading my esteemed colleague Jimmy Garner's column, I know he's listening in there, the Herald bunker tonight. He is a sharpshooter, Kennedy, but that probably not the best kick coming off the boot there by the blonde-headed Norwegian.
Nah, good pressure there from the Waratah scrum. Got up quickly, only made about 20 metres or so. So this is the first look to see what the Waratah lineout's like.
Yes, definitely. I know big Lonnie. He's worked on his set piece. Speaking to Matt Chidgey before the match, it's something they've been working hard at training on. It hasn't been their best facet of players. They lose that one, so putting the mocker on them right there. The University side looking to probably get the ball out at the moment, and a little bit of confusion there, but We see that kick downfield, and that's a great kick there by Dave Kennedy, and that's what he's in the side for.
Yeah, beautiful left kick. I think that might have been Nick Geldens, actually. They've passed it back. David was a little bit wider out there, so Nick Geldens at 10 there with his big left foot boot. Takes the play over the 50-metre line.
So again, Waratah now mixing things up in this lineup with numbers out. Look for it to be shifted if they win it to Palu, and that's a good jump in the air there by the Uni, spoiling the lineup, but they come up with it. The Waratahs and Palu, ooh, bumping off another. They're going to have to put their bodies on the line here tonight. As we go now to Miracalis. Miracalis getting it up towards the 50-metre line. As they go back towards the right, kick downfield there, and that's a nice little kick to the corner by the South African Sherritt.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen Dane Sherritt. He's got big raps on him in the game so far, and that's a great way to get Waratah down into 5 metres out of the Uni line, and good start for him. Nice kick.
Of course, playing provincial rugby in the Currie Cup at junior level, so definitely no slouch. Dane Sherritt, number 10 for the Waratahs, of course, playing in the red tonight, running left to right. On your screens at home. Oh, good option there on their own line, backing themselves the Uni side, but they miss it there, unfortunately, and the Waratah side now with a good chance to attack here. It's going to be a penalty, though. Rob Dalbo not happy.
Obstruction. By the looks of it. Yeah, it was Nick Lane, the hooker for Uni, normally such a strong thrower, such a strong player around the park. Just probably threw that a little bit too high, but University have gotten away with it, and David Kennedy looks like he's going to belt these 50 metres down the field.
Yeah, well, the timing was just a little bit out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It looked like the jumper probably went a little bit early. David Kennedy,
Always
as I
blame the
predicted,
jumper.
Beautiful kick. Takes play up to about University's 45.
And the crowd definitely, great crowd here for a Tuesday night at Uni. We urge everyone to get out to the games for the greater NHRU competition. Of course, Waratah this weekend, as the Uni side win that, have their 75th anniversary game against Nelson Bay. So for all the Waratah fans out there watching, make sure you get along to that match. There's plenty of festivities. There's a function at Harbourview as they drive it forward here, the University side. This is great forward-based rugby. Good mauling up the field. They collapse it, though, on the 40-metre line, but they've made about 20 metres there. They're calling Bulldog, I believe. That's a pick and drive.
It is a pick and drive. I won't go into too many of the calls. There'll be a lot of coaches watching back at home, I'd say, and you don't want to give too much away.
We don't give anything away at Bar TV. People at home are probably just laughing at me saying Bulldog. What's that? Oh, it's going to be a penalty there for the Waratah side inside the 10.
Yeah, David Kennedy was about a metre or two offside for that kick and didn't retreat from the 10, so
Do you
penalty
think he's
to Waratah.
lost a bit of pace? I remember back in the day he used to be quite nippy as well. He's been away from the game for 3 years. And
yeah, he doesn't like to talk about the speed he's lost or the funness that he's had around the belly there.
Yeah, I was going to say he's carrying a bit, not so much in the belly, but towards the backside maybe.
I'll enjoy hearing you say that. I'll make sure I tell him later.
Of course, you can watch the replay whenever you want after this match is played on Bar TV Sports.
Also, I believe there's a couple other games you've got live. Is it Friday night as well? You've got a game I saw in the paper today.
Yeah, we're going Friday night live against Lake Macquarie, and I believe Hamilton versus Southern Beaches is the Bar TV match of the round. Of course, the catch-up weekend as the Waratah side driving forward. Tit for tat here at the moment. Score 0-0. Oh, good little short ball there to, I believe it was Junior Polly.
Junior Polly, yeah. Little knock on they found there, so good defence from Uni, standing up pretty firm early doors. Good to see.
Yeah, Junior Polly, he's a big mountain, isn't he, in that outside centre position. Losing Hayden Peterson tonight, that knee, I was speaking before the match, the knee has swollen up a little bit, so he may be out this weekend as well, which is a bit of a bonus for the University guys. He's worth probably about 15 points a game by my reckoning.
I've played against him for many years now, last 3 or 4 years, and he's good for 2 or 3 tries. I remember playing a game, I think we actually won about 3 years ago, and he still scored 4 tries. We had to score 5 just to beat him and his teammates. So very handy that he's not out there tonight. But if you have a look at the size of the backs and the skill with Carl Manu and Junior out there, that's there's enough firepower for Waratahs to really cause Uni some problems.
Yeah, that's right. They really don't miss anything there. And Rob Delbo not happy with the scrum. University's always been a team that's been highly rated around scrum time. I remember having to finish my career in the front row and not really enjoying too much packing against the University side.
Yeah, for years they've prided themselves on the scrum, like Dave Montgomery, Luke Hurd, Dave Woods, who played a bit of country in the mid 2000s, fantastic players, and they've really set it up for what it is now. And these young fellas, we still get those old boys to train to come along and try and teach them how to scrum, and it looks like it's paying off.
Yeah, definitely giving away a distinct weight advantage, but still holding their own, the Uni side. But having a scramble at the back there was Hanley, the half-back, and that's going to be...
Looks like another hands in the ruck by the looks of it.
Yeah, penalty there to the University side. So Waratah's discipline just letting them down at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
And University are showing good fight and good courage, I guess, against a team that's probably at the moment a little bit more highly rated on the table. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. If Waratahs win tonight, they jump into second. But it's a big game for University. I know they're definitely up for it. It's been a long time since Uni have been in the top 5, fighting for a semi-position, 3 or so years. So a win tonight takes them into 4th or 5th spot, and it really sets up the rest of the season with a couple of early wins.
Yes, and of course Rob Delbo officiating out in the middle tonight. Rob likes to have a nice clean game. That one not really going straight. Yes, and Rob Delbo's picked it up. I think a call from the touch judge there. But he does like to keep the game flowing, Rob, on his day.
Yeah, typical teacher, good communicator out there, although sometimes he communicates better with the other team with too many penalties I seem to find. But he looks like, he said before the game, I heard him talking to the captains that he wants a nice clean game, which it has been so far, and he's going to be very strict around the ruck. So you've seen a couple of early penalties for hands in the ruck, and as long as he's consistent for the rest of the game, I don't think any team can argue.
Yes, and of course, Bar TV, we love the referees and what they do. Of course, we wouldn't have the game without them. But who'd want to be one anyway as they take the ball up there through the winger, Chase Hicks. Nice run there by the winger who's in tonight. And here goes Junior Polai, but he does go without the ball.
Yeah, probably
so they're
just behind,
not sticking at the moment.
A bit of a pass behind by Dane Charette there. It looked like just got their timing a little bit wrong, and on a cold night it'll probably take 20 minutes or so for the players to warm up and make these passes stick.
I'll tell you what, I'd probably rather be out there at the moment. I'm absolutely freezing. I've got 3 layers on. If Tim Wolf's listening out there, your jackets come in handy. Again, Tim, I've stolen his jacket 3 weeks ago, and it hasn't looked like returning back into the fold there.
Yeah, Michael Hanley with the feed here. It's going to be interesting to see how this scrum goes. Waratah have just got the edge at the moment, so Uni really need to work. It looks like a better scrum here.
Oh, good scrum, yeah, by the Uni side. Definitely coming back there and looking to kick downfield, which is... I don't know if it's the right option, but it was a good kick. Riley, it sits up for him, unfortunately. But he's going to kick it back downfield for the University side to clean up, and it looks like, doesn't find touch. Yes, it does, but they're going to go for the quick restart here, and taking the ball in is that Manny on the far side.
Yeah, back to handles there. Look like they're trying to make a bit of... Brad
and here
Roberts
they go up the middle. Oh, good lone look pass there, and they've got numbers, but all met nicely by Manu, and someone comes from behind and absolutely cleans them up there. But Uni, great counter-attacking rugby there as Hanley with the ball and passes it one wide.
Yeah, that's
knocking the ball forward. Unfortunate there for the Uni side. Looked dangerous.
Yeah, it did. A good break down the right-hand side there by Uni, and unfortunately Dylan Nagel and debut just couldn't quite grab that one as Uni were looking good.
I tell you what, covering the games last year, I was very impressed on the games we did against for the Uni side. Leo Manny on the wing. Where's he come from? Tell me his story.
Yeah, he's come from the ACT. I believe he was in a couple of the academy squads down there as a young fella.
I thought he was Spanish.
Yeah, he looks a bit Spanish. I don't know what his background is, but he's extremely fast. He scored a lot of tries last year, I think 12 or 13 tries. We didn't really know who he was until he turned up one day and said, "Where do you play?" on the wing, and he played one game in second grade, and we realised he was definitely first grader.
Well, you back yourself with a bit of speed if you come into a new team and you say you're a winger, because no one normally puts their hand up for that, Sam.
No, not at all. But he's actually studying medicine at uni, so
wow.
He's probably not a typical uni player. As he doesn't enjoy.
He's not an engineer.
No, he doesn't drink at all. So that's probably why he's so fast.
Yeah, very good as Kennedy. Smart play by the wily old veteran. There's the ball coming down, beats Riley, but he picks it up. And little dummy beats Kennedy on the outside, and he's going to take him out. That's good covering defence there by the University side. As the
Will
crowd
Frost on
goes
debut
up.
come across, and that'll get his confidence up. He's a little bit nervous before this game, as you would be.
And is
Tuesday
he a
night.
Colt?
Yeah,
young
he's
Frost?
a Colt. Yeah, he's just played. He's made the New South Wales Country under-20s team. He played, I believe, that he played Eastern Suburbs on the weekend. And,
Oh,
and
the
despite
ball getting
beat,
won there
we're
by
pretty good.
Waratahs. Dylan Hines with it. Passes the ball off to the hooker there. Loney it was. Miracala's taking it forward. Passing the ball on there to Reynolds. McDean, of course, an ex-uni player.
Yeah, there's a few in the books there.
Oh, good hit there by, I don't know who it was. It was Mark O'Brien.
O'Brien. Well,
Great
there you
hit by
go.
the old stalwart there.
14 minutes 27, that was, Mobby. You'll look that up later, I'm sure.
And here they go now through Hines, and Hines getting the ball back. Waratah playing good phase play here up the field. As they go now to Sherritt. Sherritt with a dummy. He's taking maybe a little bit high, but referee Dalbo says play on. Nothing to see here. As they go forward again there through Roberts. Nice run by the breakaway. We don't normally see
it's
too
quick
much.
play here
And this
by
is
the
a good
Waratahs.
play
Got an
here.
overlap on the right.
Oh, he's passed the ball into O'Brien, and I bet you he's called for that. The Mobby's definitely called for that as the University crowd goes up. Riley under it nicely. Good positioning there. He gets half around one, and Hines, good effort there to get back by the big hulking breakaway and taken up over the 40-metre line to about 30 metres out now. So Waratah again attacking here at University. The Seahorse is up to the task, though, and taken nicely there by Jono Reynolds it was.
Another former uni boy.
And here they go now out. Manu with it, gets the ball out to Junior. Paulai has one unmarked on the outside, but the University side scramble nicely. Riley's going to have to get in and get involved. Good counter-rucking there by University, but they come up with it, the Waratahs. And here's Miracalis taking the ball forward. Good run by the Belgian international. And Sherritt, nice ball out wide to Junior Paulai. Paulai bumping one off nearly, but sticking to the tackle, the University side, as the ball comes out. And up the middle goes Joel Ford, and Joel Ford's going to go under the post, and that's a try there to the Waratah side, and that just comes from a build-up of pressure, Sam.
Yeah, it did. It was a quite quick play there by Waratah, and as we're talking about former uni boys, there's another one. There's 4 in the team tonight, and number 9, Joel Ford, has scooted over. Lazy defending there at 10. At pillar by the University players, and they'll be disappointed after such good defence in the first 15 minutes that they've let that one slip through.
Yes, it calls from the crowd. Is that your first try ever at this ground? I'm sure it probably is in Waratah colours. Probably shirking away from coming back to the home of the mighty Seahorse.
Yeah, he was very quiet before the game. There was a few boys yelling a bit of abuse to him, but I think he's just let his play do the talking there.
Yeah, definitely up the middle, and he's been one of the form halfbacks as well in the competition for the last few years. And how long since he's played in the mighty maroon and white?
This will be his 3rd year gone. So he came from Waratah originally, as did Todd McDean and Jono Reynolds. Obviously, they came over for their reasons, whatever it was, and decided to go back after a couple of years and go back to their club. They
came to study. Maybe they came to study.
I don't know. If you spoke to Joel Ford.
Maybe he came to do the cleaning. As the conversion is successful there. So Waratah now 7 lead University 0.
Yeah, it's been a pretty even start to the game. I've been quite impressed with the University's forward so far. The backs just need to get their hands on it because we just mentioned Leo Manny, also Brad Roberts out wide, and Dave Kennedy, despite lacking a bit of pace these
restart
days.
there by Kennedy too, and
still good to see
the
the ball.
University side almost come up with. There's going to be a double knock on, I think. No, Delbo's saying it's advantage to the Waratahs. I thought it may have come off the Waratahs first, and not the best of kicks there, but it's going to land in no man's land. So the bounce comes up for the Tars, and Sherritt comes up with his own kick as Junior Paulai takes it.
Stolen there by James Wilkinson for Uni.
Yeah, well done, Wilkinson. And the Waratahs is a bit scrappy on the ground. It's going to be called a knock-on. So it's going to be a University feed on the halfway line.
Yeah, I think Uni will be a bit disappointed with that, letting the ball bounce. It wasn't the greatest kick from Dane there in 5'8". Went up quite high, but just never let that ball bounce there.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of your own career, Sam, you've been around the university setup for quite some time now. What is it, 10 years?
Yeah, it'd be probably about 12 now, I'd say. It's been came here from Muswellbrook when I was a young fella, played a lot of rugby up there. Great place to learn to play rugby.
I was born in Muswellbrook.
Well, there you go.
There we go. I knew I liked something about you.
Yeah, that's why you're good looking and quite funny, I guess.
I don't know about the funny, but definitely the good looking. As the ball comes out now to the university side, goes to no one, but they still got
pass.
nice work there by Kennedy. Little chip over top, but again, Riley positioned well, as he always is, passing it inside to Manu. Manu dropping the ball. Little grubbing kick forward by the Uni side as the Waratahs come across, and they go out, unfortunately, there for University. That was a good run.
Yeah,
good
James Wilkinson
foresight by Wilkinson.
A little left kick there, and Dane Chirac came through and saved up for Waratah, but University took it out and be Waratah's ball.
Yeah, good cover there by Sherrod. I don't know if he meant to tackle him, but he certainly was going for the ball anyway and comes up with it. So the University side, good win here, and they've gone straight into a maul, but it looks like it's going to be taken down. It's a penalty, yes, that's definitely taken down. Good call, referee Delbo. Almost a sin-binning offence.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Uni do here. It's David Kennedy's such a sharp shooter, but obviously that was a big drive from the line out. But I would have
thought with how good their line out's going this University side, they may have kicked for touch, but they're backing themselves with a scrum, and this is good positive stuff here by the University side, Sam. Is this something you guys talk about?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're as a team trying to come up from the bottom to the top. The only way you're going to win games is by scoring points. So against some of these better teams, we know that 3 points here and there's probably not enough. So, attacking with a scrum or a line out, try and get those 7 points, keep the pressure on.
Yeah, definitely. And Geldon quite wide here, quite deep as well, with his back line pretty flat. But taken all nicely off the back by Darcy Barker. Good scrambling there. They're going to have to probably pick and drive, and they do. This is a good opportunity here for the University side.
Backline
Hanley's
set.
at the back. Backline is set. Sam Berry, if he was out there, would be calling his lungs out at the moment.
I'll be calling it for Brad Roberts, right-hand corner.
A couple of debutants out there, so a little bit of cohesion lacking. Looks like, no, the University side still have it. They're going to have to get a few more numbers in there, and they do. And here they go now. Little short ball to Wilkinson. Probably not enough bodies in motion for my reckoning as they go wide again. Kennedy with it. Long ball out wide. This could be trouble. And he's thrown the ball back inside. It's still alive. Kennedy hasn't. No, Kennedy knocks it on. So opportunity gone begging here for the University side.
Yeah, not a bad option to go wide. They did have the numbers, but Tim Riley at fullback, what a covering tackle that was. Came across, saved the day, and University panicked a little bit there. Bit of white line fever, threw the ball around, and unfortunately a little knock on for David Kennedy.
Yeah, a little bit of an injury out there as well. Is it the halfback? Is it, or was it Angus Price, I think, maybe?
Number 2 or 7 that's down for Waratah. Can't quite see his number there.
For the Uni side as well, there's someone. There's bodies down everywhere. It's a cold night. So the boys better be out there stretching up.
Points for Uni up first. Well done, Darcy.
The battle of the injury is won by Uni with 22 minutes gone. It's big Loney out there.
Yeah, it looks like Loney's the one who's struggling on the ground at the moment. Looks like he's pointing to a thigh injury, quite possibly.
Big thighs. A lot of space to...
a lot of place to hurt.
A lot of options in that quadricep region. As we see Ben Kincaid, the ex-university coach, on the far side on the Bar TV cameras. Maybe doing a bit of consultancy work with Matt Chidgey.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I like to see that. He's got
I don't know
a
if
few
he
secrets
is.
to tell as well.
Only from the clubhouse, Sam. So we take a break now, coming into what is probably the 6th or 7th scrum of the game in this greater NHRU catch-up fixture from round 6. The ground is looking absolutely immaculate out here at Callaghan as well. The ball taken from the back by Big Parlo.
Yeah,
it was
on to
Junior
as well.
Pauli with the ball now. So Palu and Paulai combine. And here he is, Sherritt. Nice little dummy. Good little palm as well. He's done quite well there, the South African.
He's an excellent player by the looks of it. Not much to him, but very steppy, very whippy, and got a big kick on him as well.
Yeah, big kick. Good running game. That's what we like to see. And now they take it forward through a bit of phase play here. Mirakalis, he's always there to put his hand up. Yeah, nice kick downfield by Ford. Kennedy getting there on the bounce. A little bit casual for my liking. He stands and delivers. The ball finding touch. Was he outside the 22 there? I believe he was.
I think he's gotten a little confused with the lines. I thought he was outside the 22, but I think he thought he was
definitely
inside.
He was about 30 metres out there, if not 40. And Kennedy, honesty there, taking Rob Delbo back to the mark when Rob Delbo was happy to give them about 10, 15. Good honesty by the Uni side. Good to see. I mean, the cheating scandal's not affecting this rugby side.
It's interesting to see where the line out is, though. If that's where they think the 22 was, he could have been a step or two outside. But the problem is they've got the league markings on here as well, which are slightly different.
League, what's it good for, Sam?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, dummy again by Sherritt. And Sherritt, good strength there by the young South African. Taking the ball forward, only 19 years of age.
Ooh, really, 19?
I think he's 19 or 20.
Unbelievable.
My notes say 19, but the producer's gone not hitting me in the head with his rolled up piece of paper today. So they're going to go for goal here, the Waratahs.
Yeah, University not rolling away there, got caught up in the ruck. And it's one of those rules, it's always 50-50, isn't it, when you get caught in there, whether you can roll away or not. And it looked like the Uni player was caught in there, as Jack McKenzie, the captain's having a chat with Rob about now, whether they could roll away or not. But obviously slowing the ball down, and Waratah's going to have a shot to make it 10-0.
I like the demeanour here from McKenzie too. He's a good captain in waiting, Sam.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's ready to step up. There was probably one or two other options tonight. Obviously, Mark O'Brien's been around the traps a bit, and David Kennedy's played a lot of rep rugby as well. But Jack's only come across to us this year. He was one of the scholarship winners that Uni have got at the moment.
Good program that too. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it is a fantastic program. There's 5 scholarships that are awarded every year, $5,000, and if you win it one year, you can't then get it again the next year. So the whole idea is that every year, University are going to have 5 new players come through, and they're really aiming it for the young students who come from out west, out Central West, Bathurst areas, all those there, that if you come to Newcastle to study, then you should play for Newcastle Uni as well, because unfortunately we've been losing some of the great players.
No, I definitely agree with that sort of stuff, but I mean, do you think 5,000 is enough?
Well, if we had some more, we'd probably throw it at them. That's a great kick there as well by Dane, and it takes the score to 10-0. But the scholarship's a great way. We just don't have the money as some clubs do to get these imports in, and just to stay competitive, we've got to really come up with other ways, and this is one way to do it.
It's a great initiative.
And got $5,000 for 5 people, so it's a great idea.
Yeah, good restart again there by Kennedy as the ball comes down. Roberts taking it forward, and he's been pretty solid so far, the big red number 5, and they take it from the back. Little knock on, though. Rob Delbo sees it, and I tell you what, he's enjoying blowing that whistle. I've put the mocker on the game, haven't I, Sam?
Yeah, you have. There's been a lot of stoppages at the moment. This is probably as good a chance Uni have had. They've had a 5-metre scrum, but this one attacking about 35 metres out. I think we might see maybe a move out wide here for University, but we'll see what they come up with.
Yeah, definitely. And again, another scrum being set.
Did you have a look at the Hamilton Wanderers game last week?
Yeah, definitely. We covered that one for Bar TV, and I tell you, the Hamilton side were unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're definitely probably the standouts in the competition at the moment. Across the park, they were, from 1 to 15, and even their bench that came on. I mean, they had big Willie So coming on, making breaks. Marty Lasua.
Yeah, what a player. What's he, 46, they
he's
say?
47 he is, and he's going to play till he's 50, and he came off the bench and he scored probably one of the best tries you'll see of the year as the ball comes out now through Uni. Leo Manning taken nicely there by Sherritt. So he's got defence as well, the South African. They lose the ball. Manu, I believe it is, that made the strip. So now they realign the Waratahs, and here they come now to
That's great
Palu.
feet.
Good tackle there. It was Junior Pauli, sorry. They look very similar, the two.
Yeah, James Wilkinson with a big hit
good
there
clean out as well by
It's getting very physical.
Roberts, I think it was. Yes, it was. And knock on, though. So good defence by the Uni side. A little bit of a scuffle out there. Nothing to see. Todd McDean.
Yeah, just struggling to get out of their own half at the moment, Waratah. They've had a lot of the ball and they've just been a couple of mistakes in their own half. I'm surprised they haven't kicked a little bit earlier down into the corners here, use the wet grass, skid it on a little bit, but we'll see what the rest got to say. It looks like we've got a blood bin.
Yeah, so just cleaning that up nicely. The Waratahs trainer. A little bit of blood, I tell you what. If I had done weights, that could almost be me. I did have a season at Waratah or two.
So where did you play? It looked like you've had a few games around the traps, have you?
Yes, played obviously at Merriweather as well. James Gardner tweeting us in from the Herald as well. Of course, the Newcastle Herald, one of our partners and one of the greater NHRU partners as well. Looks a bit fresh there, boys. Yes, James.
Certainly
Stating
is.
the obvious as usual.
Yeah, he's what's he in his
But
nice,
he's impressed.
comfortable lounge.
He's impressed by
following
the
games.
smooth talking sidekick.
Yeah, well, I appreciate
Give him
appreciate
nothing,
the
Sam.
feedback. No, I won't give you much. Good to have you
he's-
listening in, though, Jimmy.
He's in the Herald bunker, riding away. I think he's covering for a few positions there at Fairfax.
Yeah, I've seen his name popping up in a few different articles around the traps. He's going quite
Spread,
well.
just fingers in pies, mate. That's the
how you
future
get-
of journalism.
That's how you get the big jobs, isn't it?
Yeah, he was at the soccer launch today. Our producer informs us. So that may have entailed a long lunch. I'm not too sure. Maybe you can tell us about that, Jimmy, as we go back to the action here at Callaghan University. Trailing the Waratahs 10-0. It's been a close game. It's been a physical encounter. I thought, nearly hitting the hole there, the University side. Wilkinson it was.
Yeah, nice little block play there by the University backline, trying to bend this Waratah backs and get a bit of forward ball. But a bit ball, Uni bounce pass. We've done a couple of them tonight already. Flag up on the far side.
Yeah, so the game a little bit stop-start at the moment. The two sides still feeling each other out. The clock here reads 26 minutes, but there's probably about 5 minutes to go, I'd imagine. Or 28. It's a little bit behind, and I'm a little bit in front. That's what my wife says anyway. As the ball comes in now. Oh, Sherritt with it. Nice kick downfield.
Yeah, probably a little bit too deep. We've got Brad Roberts under it. Decides against the mark, going to punt it back down to the left-hand corner.
Yeah, good efforts catching them off guard there, the Waratahs. Ford, poor pass inside to Riley, but Riley has plenty of time and he gets the ball downfield.
Yeah, straight down the throat to Nick, and Leo Manny loves the run, but he's taking the kick option here. Bit of curve on it. Looks
Yeah,
like
nice
it's the
little
ground,
curve
might
there.
bounce out. Not a great bounce for University there.
And here they go again, and the ball up and under, but it's out on the full, is it? Yes, and the University side go up, and that's a mistake, and this is now a good opportunity here for this Unity side to put some points on the board, Sam.
Yeah, they've given Joel Ford, the old Uni halfback, a bit of a spray there, but he's still one up with the try. So, again, University, they've just started to get a bit more of the ball here, and at 10-0 down, need to start thinking about scoring a few points.
Yeah, very impressed by the fly half, the debutant Nick Geldon as well. Seems like he's got good composure out there. He's directing play really well when they've had attacking opportunities. So let's see what he can do now as he gets the ball. Little second man play, probably to the other debutant there, was it, in
was
Will Frost?
Yep, first hit up, I think, for Frosty. He's been doing a lot of defence, and good to see him with his hands on the ball. Very nippy.
Yeah, a little half break there by Hanley it was, the halfback. Nearly putting a Joel Ford on Joel Ford. Good defence there by the Waratahs, driving them back over the advantage line. Oh, long ball, picked up, another Uni bounce pass. They specialise on it out here. And again, they take the ball forward. Hanley at the back here now, just calling his troops out. And Rob Delbo
He's found something else again. I don't know what that action means, but it looks like a
Imploding.
university could be imploding.
It's imploding. The game's imploding here, Sam.
I think his whistle alarm went off. He had to blow it.
He's got a little buzzer in his pocket that just tells him. Bzz. It's like the Corpus Christi of referees. As the
Well, University on the attack again. It's a good story for Nick Geldon. He started in third grade only 2 or 3 weeks ago. Hadn't played rugby for many, many years and played well in second grade and with a few injuries. Jack Rickson has been fantastic for Uni. Unfortunately, he hurt his quad on the weekend in the win against Lake Macquarie. He's had to step in for Jack today and thoroughly deserves his spot.
And here he goes now, Geldon, the man we're talking about. Oh, flat ball there to Wilkinson it was. Maybe a touch forward, but not holding the ball anyway. So, again, the University side unable to capitalise on possession here. It's going to be called a knock-on.
Yeah, disappointing end. A great field position there for Uni. James Wilkinson warming his fingers up here by the looks of it. It is a cold night, but really no excuses to be dropping that with 30, 40 metres out. Waratah just can't get out of their half at the moment, so we'll see if they have an early kick here.
Yes, definitely. And I remember playing night games out here when they used to have a sevens tournament out here. Well, this was going back 15 years, though, probably before your time, Sam, and it used to be always bitterly cold. And for some reason, it just seems that 5 degrees cooler inland here.
Yeah, it is a little bit. How did you tend to warm up after the game, though?
It was a Wednesday night, so it was always student night, mate. There's the ball coming in there through the big number 8. And again, Mirakalis now taking it forward. He's been solid here. Nice little short ball from the back from forward.
Pretty simple play from Uni, just a couple of one-out plays, and now they've given it back to the 5'8" for a towering bomb. Straight down David Kennedy's throat, though.
Kennedy swallows them for breakfast, though, and looking to run it. Not the best pass, and good chase there by the South African. Sherritt.
Yeah, under a lot of pressure here, Uni. Kick to the back corner would be on.
But no, they choose to run it, so I think that's the best option at the moment for the University side, is to keep the ball in hand and get some phase play going. They haven't really got any phases going here, Sam.
No, it seems to be Uni's problem all year. Just can't quite get past 2 or 3 phases, and when they do, they look very, very dangerous. So it's something I think the coach will talk to them at half time.
Well, Riley held up nicely there by O'Brien. That's a good effort there by the big second rower. But taking it forward there is Loney. Ball coming at the back and bumping off one. So now forward, searching for the ball. The Waratah's attack looks a little bit disjointed here. I think the South African Sheraton needs to take control, and they've lost the ball. So
the big Belgium coughs it up there again. Just can't quite get past their halfway line, and University's defence holding firm at the moment. But as we said a minute or two ago, they've got to take one of these opportunities pretty soon.
Yes, definitely. And Mirakalis, he's been solid until that mistake. He's probably one of the form front rowers in the competition as well. He's
very tough, does all the hard work. You see there, pick and drive, loves to go one off the ruck there, off the 9, and just keeps going all game. And
do you know what Mirakalis means in Belgian?
Couldn't tell you.
Solid.
Is Belgium a language, is it?
Is it Flemish, I believe?
Flemish. Or French, I think they speak a bit there too.
I think that's what Flemish is, isn't it? A mixture of German and French.
And a bit of, apparently it's got
Dutch.
A bit of Dutch, yeah. So a bit of South. I went into Flemish country a few years ago and had a South African with me and could actually speak a little bit because he was South African and the Afrikaans language.
Very similar as the ball coming out now, and towering bomb. It's a tricky one, but taken nicely there by the 14 there from the Waratahs in Metcalf.
Great chase by David Kennedy and Leo Manny there, but Waratah just good enough to get the ball back.
Yeah, Junior Polly coming back there and taking some pressure off the forwards. Good play by the outside centre. Dummies back inside. Sherritt with it now. Sherritt gets the ball downfield, but positioned nicely there was Manny. So ball coming on the inside, looking for the top corner, but not finding it. Riley again positioned well. He's going to dance with the sidelines. Been touched by a University player. It's going to be a foot race now, but a foot race that the University side's going to win and win comfortably. But the chase is on from the Waratahs. They're going to have to get numbers there, the University side. And they do. They look like they've consolidated the ball, but no, it's come out now.
Hands in the ruck by
Hands
Waratah.
in the ruck by the Waratahs. So Again, the discipline for the Tars is really letting them down here at University.
It's one of those funny rules in rugby, isn't it? When they go for a charge and gets touched, doesn't matter where you are on the field, everyone on side. And Waratah's nearly made advantage of that with a couple of players 15, 20 metres in front of the kicker. And good chase there by Dane again. He's really playing well for the Waratahs, but a lucky penalty for Uni. David Kennedy can't quite find touch there.
Yeah, that's definitely not the experience we've seen from Dave Kennedy. As now Sherritt with a ball. Nicely placed, kicked across field, but there's open space there if he can get around, and he's passed to no one. Kicked forward. Knocked on. Uni come up with it, though. It's going to be play on, says Rob Delbo. But no, he's called a penalty there, holding on to the ball.
Yeah, it's panic play there by University back there. Probably needed the calm-headed David Kennedy just to put it back into the right-hand corner. And although I'm not a big fan of kicking in a game like this, it looks like a game of chess at the moment, just trying to get the field position and territory. And it looks like Waratah again probably going to take the points as they do to try and push it out to 13-0.
You mentioned game of chess. Who are your pawns in this team, Sam?
Who are our pawns? Yeah, well...
Who do you send out front to cop it?
Normally Nick Lane there in hooker, he's the guy who likes to get out there and lead from the front. Scotty Hamilton as well, he's a big guy. He's actually dropped about 10 kilos this year on one of those programs that are getting around, trying to get everybody fit. But I think just as well, he dropped him 10 kilos. Just his scrummaging just hasn't quite been as good, but he's been getting around the park a lot more. So I guess it's one of those funny things, isn't it, where you're trying to put weight on or lose weight for different reasons on the rugby field.
I was always one that accumulated weight throughout the career.
Yeah, here up and down, up and down.
Fluctuate, I think they call it in the weight game. Our good friends at Jenny Craig, if you're listening in, we're looking for a sponsor.
No breeze here tonight. Dane about 25 to 30, just to the left of the post. Probably put this straight through the black dot. I'm hoping to put the commentator's curse on him, but unfortunately,
nope.
One flag
It was an ugly looking kick. And that's going to be half time.
Was that given there? One flag up, one down.
One flag up, one down.
We'll have to confirm with Rob at half time what happened there, but I might just have a quick duck off here for 5
thanks for
minutes.
joining us in the first half, Sam. We'll see you in the second half.
Thank
the
you.
Score here at University, Waratah are leading 12-0 in the Greater NHRU. We'll take a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with our second half in about 5 minutes.
Greater, we're always on your side. We've got a lineup of products and services ready to get you over the line. To kick goals for your finances, contact the Greater. Proudly supporting Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. At the Greater.
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.
Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
swimming, basketball,
netball
and athletics,
you'll see this logo.
It's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
and you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence.
You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
Welcome back, everybody, out there in Bar TV land. With me now, the Merewether Carlton, I don't know if he's head coach, co-coach, assistant coach, but he's coaching them anyway. Jason Toby, of course, a stalwart of the NHRU. Jason, how are you?
I'm good, Ruff. How are you, mate?
Yeah, very good. Hold the microphone up to your mouth, mate.
Sorry, mate.
Don't be shy. How are things going, all right?
Yeah, going well, thanks, mate.
You're out here checking out the game today. Of course, these two sides, the Waratahs firming as one of the competition favourites. How do you see them?
Yeah, mate. Look, they're going to be up there. And we've got these guys. We've got Uni this Saturday, and we've got Waratah the following week. So it's pretty timely for us. We trained tonight, and we thought we'd come over. Trent and I thought we'd come over and have a look, and drag Billy Dunn over with us.
Yeah, Billy Dunn. He's not looking the best, is he?
No, he's seen better days, Billy. A bit of friendly fire against the Bay on the weekend. Strawn, he copped an elbow off Jay Strawn, and cut the lip.
He would have meant that, Jay Strawn. He's not one of the friendlier blokes at Merewether, is he?
He usually sticks to heckling Billy's line-out throws, but he's he's gone the whole hog this time and put one on him.
Yeah, definitely wants him out. Anyway, maybe he wants a shot at hooker, Jay Strawn.
Yeah, well, he's got the build. Anything's possible.
How are you guys shaping up for the weeks coming?
Yeah, looking
few
pretty
players
good,
coming
mate.
back?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we've still got a couple missing this weekend, but it just gives some of the young kids an opportunity, and pretty ordinary against Wanderers a fortnight ago, and we weren't too bad against the Bay last week. So, yeah, mate, step in the right direction. It was good.
Yeah, definitely. As we see now the two teams are coming back. Waratah just taking their time in the huddle. What's the go with huddles these days, Jason? Can you talk me through that?
Oh, look, it didn't happen much in my day. I think the kids like it, mate, and it's pretty cold tonight, so I'd be huddling up as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys came back well from that defeat from the week before last week, so onwards and upwards.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, well, like I said, it was a step in the right direction. So yeah, we'd like to finish this round off in the next three games with a couple of wins and stay in that top five.
As we see now, Dave Kennedy ready to take the restart. We thank you very much, Jason, for joining us at halftime. For the greater NHRU, as the ball kicked downfield. Nice deep kick there by Kennedy. And we welcome back into the box Sam Berry. And the ball kicked nicely. Bull juggled on the sideline there, dancing with it. But they've called it out on the far touchline. Thought it might have stayed in, but touch judge says no. What was said at half-time, Sam?
Yeah, the boys are pretty confident. I think they took a bit of solace from the fact that Waratah couldn't get out of their half for a majority of that last 20, 25 minutes, and showed them a lot of respect by just taking those two penalty goals. It's really were the only opportunities they had. The defence has been okay. They've just got to make sure they go up on the line. Tim Riley's been ripping us apart a little bit there from 15. And I said really to use our line out, because our line out's been our real strength so far this game. If we are to kick it out, kick it deep, and try and win the line out. So we'll see if they listen. And g'day to Tony Hogg, who I just got a message, a university first grade coach. Unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, but that's watching in his lounge room back at home.
Yeah, very good. And here goes Riley now. So the halftime talk by Sam Berry. We better call Tony Hogg to get back here, because they're not listening to you, Sam, as the Waratahs now attacking 40 metres out. They're held up, though. This is good defence there. I believe it was O'Brien from the university side. Gee, strong, isn't he? Oh, and that's a good run there by Roberts, but Delbo says obstruction. So that's the second one for the game here.
Yeah, that was a bit of a tough one. That was one off the ruck, but you just got to know your forwards have got to get out of the way there. If the ball's going wide, get out of the way. Any ball that goes behind class as a shepherd or obstruction, and University get the penalty.
Yeah, penalty taken, and a little bit of an injury there maybe to the second rower.
Big Frankie Roberts.
Frank Roberts, who made that break, and bombs away as the ball nearly comes down on all the Bar TV equipment. Our cameraman dodging bullets up here.
Yeah, Dave Kennedy, no mistake with a touch that time. A bit like Trent Hodgkinson in the Origin there. Had one shocker and then had a good game afterwards. So I'm expecting Snowy to fire up in this second half. He's quite confident that they've got them on the outside here.
Well, he's definitely one that can spark the attack, that's for sure. I'd like to see him maybe come a little bit closer to off the fly half there, and maybe take a little bit more control as well. I don't know if that's something that he does at training, Sam.
Yeah, well, he's actually, in my opinion, going to look like in a 5'8" in a little bit of the time. Wilkinson, half a break.
Good half break. Good ball there by Wilkinson. As they take the ball forward, Uni. Good tackle there by the Waratah second line of defence. It was Sherritt. All kicked nicely, though. It could be a foot race, but Riley has positioned himself nicely, and he's going to take the ball back to the 22.
Yeah,
thought it might have been a late tackle as well.
Yeah, and probably not the best option there by the 5'8". Had a man overlap there, but he'll get his confidence going and he'll look to pass that next time, I think.
But in any case, Uni have the ball, and they've lost the ball again, unfortunately, but referee Delbo calls a penalty.
Hands in the ruck again by Waratah.
In fairness to this Waratah side, if University had taken their shots, it'd be, 12-13 by now.
Yeah, it's
one of those things, isn't it?
And I know as captain as well, you want to kind of keep the pressure on, but also take the points when they're there. But I back University here. That's a great kick.
That's a
by
very,
Dave
very
McKinney
good
as well,
kick, isn't it, by Dave Kenny? So
let's watch them maul it over to take it back to 13-5.
Yeah, let's see this line-out work here for the University side. They've been very dominant at the set piece in the first half. For all our viewers joining us now in the second half, of course, University running left to right on your screens at home. And the Waratahs, they're quite condensed in their defensive line. So look for a couple of those inside backs to come in. And, that's not the best throw, and it's probably the worst throw of the day, to be fair,
that's
Sam.
a bad throw by Nick Lane, trying to find Mark O'Brien up the back there and trying to maul it over, but it fell well short.
And Leo Manny, Rob Delbo's going to call knock back. Yes, he is. So a bit of a let off there. Dave Kennedy, big ball inside, and surely that's not a knock back as well. Yes, it is. Rob Delbo has called a knock back, but the Waratahs come up with it anyway. Big Palu, the number 8, good hustle by him as they take it forward there through Miracalis. And here they go forward. Yeah, nice defence coming up and putting pressure on the halfback, but he's still going forward. Good strength shown, getting them over the advantage line. And they go again, the Waratah, so this is good phase play again by them. Just picking and driving, doing nothing. See, Miracalis very high there, but he makes metres nonetheless.
Yeah, diving straight over the top there by Waratah. Looked like it was going to be a steal for University, and Waratah prop there just comes straight over the top off his feet, and University get out of jail there and get a penalty.
I'd like to see the University play a little bit of like for like here and get some phase play going. Just pick it up from the back of the breakdown and just have some possession, because they haven't really done it this game at all. And as you said, they haven't really done it all year. And it's something they probably need to work on if they're going to figure in the latter stages of this competition.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 or 3 phases just isn't enough. And when you see them getting 4, 5, 6 phases together, really, really dangerous to get it out to these wingers here. And that is the game plan, and that's the plan for tonight. But Waratah doing a pretty good job of stealing University's ball and University's handling errors, contributing to them not getting as many phases as they like.
Yeah, nice win there by the University side. Probably the line-out they were looking for up the other end when they had that attacking opportunity. So they've still got the ball in them all. They're taking it forward nicely. Good control shown by the forward pack here. And, yeah, nice work taking it forward. They're going to have to hold their feet. Yeah, he's pulled that one down for sure. But Delbo says play on. But no, he's called that one. That was a blatant pull down there by the big number 8, Palu.
Yeah, it was, and there we go. That's the 3rd penalty Uni have received tonight from their line out, pulling it down, and huge strength of University. And let's see here, if they get a line out like that going, this is where they need to win the ball.
Do we see a card potentially coming out soon? Do you think? I think Rob Delbo. I mean, this is University
He's having a chat
strength,
with
so.
Carl now, actually, the captain of Waratah, about the consistent professional fouls of Waratah. So we'll be getting pretty close now. I'd say they're probably on their last warning.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see Uni probably go to 2 or 4 here. Just take it nicely and back their strengths here on campus. The ball comes in. Yeah, nicely taken. That's good execution there by the University side. And here's where their strength lays as they take the ball at the back. Good defence.
Yeah, it has
All
been.
respects to Waratah.
It's good by Waratah there.
But here they go
Nick
now.
Lane
They've
off the
broken
back of the
free.
back of
Nick
the line.
Lane. So now they're going to have to use the ball wide. A little knock on there by University, so the execution not there in phase play.
Yeah,
unfortunate there for the Seahorse.
Bit of a lack of communication, I think. There looked like the 9 McKinley wanted to go out to the backs, but was picked up by a forward and ran into his own player and knocked it on.
So now another scrum set. The front row just scoping each other out. They've met a few times.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Uni try to put one on here. They're in good field position. They've done okay in the scrum so far and really need to get this ball. So I wouldn't be surprised if they call one here that they're going to put all their efforts into.
All right, stay there then. You know what I'm talking about. Cut! 5, 6.
So nice scrum here by both sides, holding up well, and Sherritt gets the ball down. Kennedy positioned perfectly there, and he puts the step on. We haven't seen that since 2005.
It's been a while. Just didn't quite have the speed to get on the outside there, but that'll come back. Hasn't played for 3 years, so we'll see him getting back to his quick self.
Yes, and ball pass out. Yeah, great hands, good shuffling. They're not making too many metres, but playing the ball a little bit wider.
This is a bit better, a bit more phase play for Uni.
Turning the ball on the inside and met with a wall of Waratah defence. From the back there, Hanley. Oh, he's got to be offsides. Delbo says no.
Well, if Todd McDean can get there that quick, I'm not here.
Yeah, Todd McDean turning the ball over there, the University side. Unfortunately, there was calls for offside, not just in the commentary box, but the crowd was calling for it here. The parochial University crowd. A Sherritt with the ball again. Getting the ball to the corner. That's a better place kick by him. And it keeps rolling. So Kennedy will probably look to kick it, and he does. Getting the ball towards the halfway line. That's a good kick there by the fullback.
Yeah, it was. And not a bad kick there by Dane either. Really putting Uni under pressure, kicking to the corners. But that was a good reply there by Kennedy. And again, University going to look to spoil this line out.
So we look now, the Waratahs have taken a couple of numbers out. Yes, they have. I've never been one that's been too good at counting numbers, and I was supposed to be calling the line outs at one stage. As the ball comes out now. Nice ball. It's got to be forward there, but it's a break there to Reynolds, and he's called it forward.
It looked like he wasn't going to call that, but I think he got a bit of help from the University crowd for that one.
The fourth touch judge. Up here, the video referees behind us. There's plenty of them.
And very intelligent at that.
Calls for nearly a metre forward. I'll give them 75 centimetres. There's line balls, one of those ones that sometimes you get away with, but tonight, on a cold, chilly Tuesday night, Rob Delbo says, let's stop the play so the players can get nice and stiff, and we'll get a scrum.
Yeah, we look like we've got a player down in the background there. Another front rower. Cold night, sore shoulders.
Yes, I believe the University side playing the catch-up game against Merewether on Saturday. So the turnaround for you guys, you played a lot of football in the last, I guess, week and a half.
Yeah, it's been pretty tough. I guess Lake Macquarie, although it was quite a good win for University, 50 odd to 30 odd. It was a bruising game.
Always a bruising game against those guys,
especially out there at Lake Macquarie, and hence the reason for being 4 or 5 out tonight. But Waratah are in the same situation. They had a pretty tough game against Maitland at home on the weekend as well, and they came out of it relatively unscathed. But University got to back up at Merewether, which is always tough to go to Townsend, especially on a long weekend. There'll be a lot of support, I could imagine, there for Merewether. And
everyone goes to Boomerang, mate. They've all got caravans up there, which
but we'll see.
Go away from Merewether to go to Merewether.
Yeah, we'll see. I know there were a few people going away who've decided to stay and watch the game before heading off, because I think it will be a cracker.
Oh, it'd be a great game.
It'll be a cracker there, and if University can't fight back in this one, they've definitely got to take the points next week.
And what about your good self? Will you be making yourself available for that
Yeah,
one.
well, all these concussion rules that have come out that you hear about so much, and the NRL and the ARU have got their own policy as well. So I've got to go through a couple of tests on Thursday, and I really haven't had any problems since the 10 or 15 minutes I forget Saturday. So hopefully I'm right to come.
And you're a teacher, is that right? Is the ball kicked downfield?
Yeah, that's right. I teach up at Raymond Terrace there.
Are you in class going, it's not a tumour?
Yeah, it's not a tumour.
And then they go the Waratahs.
Great job, and a good day of rugby as well tomorrow at Waratah Oval. I've got a sevens tournament to coach tomorrow, so a lot of rugby on at the moment.
Yeah, nice one. As the ball in the back there for forward, they're going to draw the penalty.
Again, University not rolling away. That's the third time they've been pinned, and if you have a look, I'm not sure where Marco O'Brien could go
never
there.
rolled away.
No,
he used to play back in the day when you didn't have to roll away. He's playing 1995 Wildfires rules.
Yeah, he's not happy with the decision, but he never usually is. But he's having a really strong game for Uni tonight, been very strong.
Good defence. He's pulled off some very good hits.
A couple of big hits and a couple of big run-ups.
The Waratah pack, generally an intimidating bunch, but definitely he's been one that, or the whole University side, I've been impressed by their steel and their will to get up in the faces of the big men. And so the ball kicked nicely, 40 metres out, the Waratahs, and they haven't had much opportunity to attack from set pieces in this second half in the greater NHRU competition.
Yeah, not much luck with the big line out, so they've gone for the short one at the moment.
Knock on there as well. Ball pulled down.
I think he dropped his own player there just quietly.
Yes, no.
Crowd agree with me.
I tell you what, there's Jimmy Garner's probably a little bit biased, but you're leaning towards the little bit of bias here, Sam.
Yeah.
That was definitely pulled down from my reckoning here.
Yeah, okay, I might give you that one, but yeah, an interesting decision here. Dane's going to go for the points again, so again showing a bit of respect to the University defence, but this will take them out to past 2-try lead now, and it's going to be quite hard for Uni to bounce back without the ball, but I'm not giving up on them yet.
Yeah, only 13 minutes gone, so plenty to play in this second half here, and of course the other sponsors involved here in the greater NHRU, NIB, of course, proud supporters of rugby and sports in general around the Hunter region, Vitek, Tui's, Tulloch, and of course the Newcastle Herald, where we stream live. Of course, sponsors for the University side as well, Sam. There's plenty of them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Without them, where can we go?
And is it Street the major sponsor for you guys this year?
Street
Andrew Walker doing
he's fantastic.
a great job.
Great looking kick.
Oh, he's got it. Hits the post. They're the ones you practice for. As Sherritt has a perfect record so far tonight.
That is. That'll be 4 from 4 for him tonight. 3 penalties and a conversion, and takes Waratah out to a 16-0 lead with 15 minutes gone in the second half.
Yeah, 16-0 as Kennedy goes left again, and another high soaring kick. It's like he's never left the game, Kennedy. That's a good kick there by...
Yeah, fumbled by the Waratahs. Uni might have the ball here.
Yeah, it looks like they've come through on the ball here, University, so good play by them. Good attacking restart by the Seahorse. The ball comes out now, and yeah, just too flat there, the University side. No real urgency in attack.
10 probably needs to take it to the line a little bit more at the moment, and just playing a little bit deep, I think.
Yeah, taken nicely on the inside there. A little bit telegraphed.
Down the blind, David Kennedy's calling it.
Oh, kick there, and probably the wrong option. Ball in hand would have done it as Riley kicks the ball back nicely. And here we go now. Uni looking to counter-attack and kicking the ball downfield. And Riley covering a lot of ground there, but the University side fine touch, and that's a bonus for them because they are looking very, very solid in this line-out set piece, Sam.
Yeah, that'll give Will Frost a bit of confidence too there. It's his first kick in the game, found the line, and give the University a bit of territory.
As you said before, I'd like to see Geldon run to the line a little bit more and maybe have some decoy runners coming in under just to hold up the Waratahs' defence.
At the moment, just probably lacking a little bit of confidence, just trying to get up to the line, take the ball on a little bit, take the men on a little bit, and feed these outside backs that are so strong. I think we get to see James Wilkinson with the ball a little bit more, passing it on out to Leo Manny and David Kennedy. So I think, was that not a straight by the Waratahs?
Yeah, I think it was a knock on by Hines from the back there, just as he cleaned up the throw, which was a bit wayward. So the Waratahs just not getting things right. It's something if they're going to succeed in this NHRU competition, it's something they have to get right. It was what let them down last year towards the end of the season, and again this year they're just not quite getting it right. So now the University side with the feed. Dave Kennedy set wide, and that's a good scrum there by Uni. That's a penalty. Yeah, well done. As you mentioned there, the forwards happy with that one.
Yeah, Waratah looked like tried to whip it around, and of course that's illegal in rugby, so University get the penalty. Kicking for line, trying one of these line-outs again.
The whip wheel.
The whip wheel.
Sounds like a chocolate biscuit, doesn't it? Sounds tasty. It's a tasty penalty anyway.
Yeah, it was a good kick there by Nick Geldon. He's
Nick Lane.
About 5 or 6 metres out here, and let's hope Nick Lane can find the target with this ball.
Yeah, just Nick Lane needs to find his jumpers here. And again, Uni will look to... It's gone over the top again. Probably the wrong option in an attacking position. Trying to probably do too much of the line out there. They're very comfortable and they're very dominant in the set piece. All they need to do is be throwing to 2 and 4, and they've got the ascendancy here.
Yeah, I think Tony Hogg's sitting at home. Pulling what hair he's got left out at the moment. That was he's talked about it all last 3 or 4 weeks about how strong our set piece is, and we just haven't quite pulled it off at the moment.
Well, Tony, if you are sitting at home, feel free to get involved in the game at Bar TV Sports on Twitter. I'm sure you're very social media savvy.
He's watching at the moment.
Oh, I thought that may have been diving over there by the University side. A little bit of scuffle in the background lane.
Well, Rob's got to look at a card here, I think, and there we go.
Yeah, he's taking well-deserved penalty drawn out by the University side.
And University going to serenade him off here.
You can hear in the background here the University crowd getting involved and singing the player off, as is custom here by the students. One of the more vocal crowds you'll come to if you're thinking about coming out and watching a match. Come up to the clubhouse, get yourself a Tui's, and enjoy the company of the
And again, Geldon, he's put him in a good position here with his left boot, 5 metres out. This is the one.
And bring your cash, because none of them have jobs too, as Lane... Now that's a better throw. Oh, a little set move from the back. Could be trouble, and held up nicely. Interesting move there. I thought the maul might have been the best option, but they choose the set move. So again, probably not the right option. Oh, the young Colt taking it forward there. Good run there by Frost. Getting the ball back. Just losing his footing in centre field. Is getting quite slippery underfoot. Kennedy with it. Switches it back. Yeah. Young Darcy Barker it was, hitting that one up. 15 metres in from touch, and they've lost the ball. Yeah, and Sherritt getting the ball downfield now, and that's a good clearing kick by him. There's a foot race on. Metcalf is putting pressure on, but the ball trickles over the touchline, and Leo Manny very composed, letting the ball go over. But I tell you what wasn't composed, that play up there, Sam.
Yeah, that was a tough break. Ball squirted out of the side of the ruck there, and University looking pretty good 3 or 4 phases in a row, and again have lost it just as they were starting to get in good attacking position, and a good kick again by Dane, about 40 or 50 metre gain.
Yeah, debutants aside, the University attack, they just look that little bit disjointed, and I guess you can't fault them. But I'd like to see the number 10 there in Geldon just tuck the ball under his arm and take them forward, even if he doesn't pass. Just look to get that ball rolling in those positions.
I think the message may have gone out now to get him just to take it to the line a little bit and feed these backs.
I'd even like to see Kennedy, as you mentioned, shift into number 10 and just use his experience to shift them around.
Yeah, it could be a possibility. That's where I think he wants to end up in maybe a year
good
or
long
two
ball
when he's
there.
Completely slow.
Manu finding his winger. Could be trouble. Here's the Waratahs open up and taken nicely there in cover by Kennedy. Yes, so held up over the line, is it?
He? Chase Hicks.
I tell you what, Chase Hicks.
Great break on the left-hand side.
Plenty of raps on him too by the Waratahs coaching staff. Doug Haslam saying that He's definitely one to watch out for this game if he gets the ball in some space. He doesn't reckon there's anyone in this competition that's quicker than him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brad Roberts isn't slow, and he left him grasping at thin air there. So good tackle by David Kennedy, saved the day.
So we go now to a scrum. Let's see what the Waratahs can do. They haven't had much attacking opportunity in their 22.
Big Frank Roberts having an early shower. Done his job for the night.
As he comes from the field, so the Waratahs not making a change because there is a player in the sin bin. That's a good scrum there by Uni. A man up, but taken off the back of the scrum there by Palu it was. Ball comes out wide, Sherritt with it, turning Manu back on the inside. A little bit high, but he keeps going. Good run there, and Waratah's picking it up from the back of the breakdown. A little bit slow to get there. Hence the reason why they've been pulled up for a couple of penalties and taken forward there by Reynolds, who's very close. It's going to be called a knock-on. Great defence there by the University. The Seahorse really lifting here at University.
Yeah, just held on there. It's 16-0 at the moment. Can't afford to let Waratah score another point here. It's going to be a long, long way back. 95 metres out at the moment, so it's going to take a long way to score their first points, but they've got to get out of jail here first.
So a little bit of a stoppage in play here. A couple of the Waratah players getting some attention out there. I'm sure it's just probably a matter of sucking in some thin air as we're playing way above sea level here at Callaghan. As we look around now, the University crowd, as you can see, a Tuesday night, it's packed.
Give us a wave, Moonbeam.
Couple of good sorts with the microphones in their hands. I tell you what, I like your beard. It's almost full hipster there, Sam.
I wouldn't know what a hipster is, but it's something I've been working on a couple of weeks now. Just
well groomed.
Knew it's getting very cold. So.
So the students getting a good laugh at themselves on TV as well. It's a novelty for them to have such well-credentialed commentary teams sitting amongst their ranks. Surprised the area's not cordoned off. Ball fed nicely, and University holding up nicely. Kennedy there, it's pressure on him. He manages to get the ball down. Good pressure there by the Waratah side. They're going to have to get this line out right, though, if they're going to be any threat in their own 22. And as they look to get a couple of numbers out here as well. So look for a big Palu to run off Sherritt. Quick line out taken forward. Short ball to the man we were talking about in Palu. They set again. Sherritt calling for it, but misses him, and taken forward in by the Waratahs forwards. So Sherritt with the ball now running across field. Manu with it stepping. Good defence though by the University side there. They're scrambling really well here. Well, taken through the back of the breakdown with a lunging run. Don't know what you'd call that one. So here we go now. Sherritt with it. Nice little short ball there to Roberts, who's very close. And here they go forward now. Could be trouble. Turned nicely on his back, though. Here's Sherritt off his left, off his right. Good tackle there, coming across in cover. Could be trouble, though, if they get the ball out. They do. Big Junior with the ball, bumping one off. Great defence there by the University side, and it's going to be a scrum, and the crowd appreciative in it too. I tell you what, Sam, this scrambling defence is top-notch here.
Yeah, that was excellent defence there, but very composed there by the Waratah. 10, 12 phases or so. It really sucked the University defence in and went wide. Did have the overlap, but Junior Pollard, I think he thought he could barge over the debutant there, Will Frost, but Will Frost really stood up there, held up over the line, but not out of danger yet. 5-metre scrum for Waratah.
As we go now, Rob Delbo calling time off. Much to his own amusement. He knows we're freezing cold up here, and the crowd agrees with me too there.
Yeah, we just had a call from the crowd to fix your boot in your own time. It's freezing cold.
So, yeah, I don't know if I'm listening to him or he's listening to me, but we both agree that we need to get this game rolling because I'm breathing smoke. And I haven't smoked for probably 15 years. Great conditions, though, for Tuesday night rugby. If you enjoy the Tuesday night rugby, don't be afraid to tweet in to @BarTVSports on our Twitter account. Get involved in the game. Yeah, nice scrum there by Uni. Still playing with the man advantage. They've soaked up a lot of pressure, so they're going to want to have to get the ball downfield, and Kennedy's the man to do that, and he gets off his left.
Yeah,
not the best kick there. He won't be happy with that one.
Not the best one again. Lots of pressure from the Waratah defence. Forced David to come off his right and kick with his left, and got a pretty good result for that Waratah. But again, their line out struggling. University got to get up and steal this one.
So they've dropped a couple of players again in this line out. So Waratah just a little bit out of sorts at the moment with the man down there. A little bit confused at this line out. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't really a jump. It's going to be not straight, yes.
Rob didn't know either, so he's a free kick to University.
And Matt Chidgey on the other side, you can see him not happy with that at all, shaking his head. Yeah, great kick downfield by Kennedy. That'll get them out of pressure.
Yeah, free kick there, but inside the 22, so Kennedy's decided to smack it down, although they have lost the opportunity to have the line out here with it being a free kick.
Well, have they, though? Because, I mean, Waratah are not really doing their best at winning their line out, so...
No, not at all, not at all. This will be a full line out for Waratah, but...
And again, a scrappy ball forward. No, Ford not cleaning up there. I thought it may have been a little bit of an offside there, but I'll tell you who's offside is Mark O'Brien from the University side.
Gotten away with it. He's a master at that.
Been doing it his whole career. And this is a good run here by the Waratah side. And they go right through Ford. Sherritt getting it on. He's starting to take control here, the South African fly half. That's a good run there by Palu was.
Yeah.
And here's another good run there by Josh Afoa.
Big hit again by Mark O'Brien.
Yeah, that time he wasn't creeping up. He just waited for him and collected him nicely. And that's a nice little short ball to Hines. Hines still going. This is a really good run there by the breakaway. He's one of the big improvers in this great NHRU competition as they come through with a couple of dummy runners. This could be trouble. They look like they're building hill. The ball spits out the back. Not what they wanted, the Waratah side. So University with a chance to regroup here. They set themselves well in defence, and they've got that pillar and post set nicely as we get a penalty now from Rob Delbo.
Yeah, University coming in from the side there under a lot of pressure on their own line, and the ball just about popped out there, which I think made the University player come from the side, but of course it didn't, so penalty's gone to Waratah.
It's one of those things, though, as a captain, you're not that upset by penalties like that, are you? You've kind of got to give a couple away to get yourself back in it sometimes.
Yeah, after 8 or 10 phases like that there, you've got to try and stop them from getting the ball wide, and if there's an opportunity, I'm never too bothered if the player goes in for it.
Of course, you're not condoning it.
No, of course, if you're on your last warning, though, and a player does that, very frustrating to receive a yellow, but University, I don't think they've been warned yet. They've been defending quite well and quite legally as well, so no dramas for them at the moment.
And are you, as your captaincy style, a vocal captain, being a teacher, I'd imagine you are?
Yeah, it's something I've had to tone down a bit. Tony Hogg, especially this year when he's come back, he said,
he's the vocal one, isn't
he? If you want the job again, I want you to be nice and relaxed and respect the refs, because we need them to respect us as well. So it's something I've learnt from him, and it's been great, and definitely changed my style this year.
Nice little short ball, Junior with it. He's going to go over. Yes, he is. That's a try to Waratahs here at University. a bank of pressure building up, and it had to come, Sam.
Yeah, it did. A great inside ball out of Junior. Too fast and too strong. Slams the ball down. Although if there was a third umpire, may have gone in there, but it looks like he's just banged the ball down on the ground and it's popped back up there. But the pressure told there for Waratah. Again, they've been really dominant this last 10 minutes and takes the score out to 21-0.
Yes, Junior Paulo scoring it, and good effort there. You can't really defend against pressure on pressure on pressure. I know we talked about giving away a couple of cheap penalties, but the Waratahs at the end, execution got over the line for them then.
Yeah, something had to give there. The university boys are putting in a pretty good defensive effort there, but you just can't defend for 10 or 15 minutes on your own line, and the pressure told there, and looks like Dane's going to kick the extras here. Checking his boot again, having a few problems there.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe he's lost a stud, but it looks like he's got the Mouldeds on tonight there,
There we
the
go.
Adidas Predators.
5 from 5, 23-0 Waratah.
Yes, as we go for the restart now, it's probably 9 minutes to go on our Bar TV clock. As you mentioned, Waratah leading 23-0 here at University. It's been a good game. And University, to their credit, have defended really well. It'll be something to think for the Merriweather coaching staff who are looking on here tonight for the weekend's game coming up. The University side, they're not going to give away too many points for free, that's for sure, as the ball kicked downfield by Joel Ford. Nice little box kick there. As they come now, Leo Manny winds up there. We've been looking to see this all game, and it's a good run by the young Spanish Canberrian. It's going to be a penalty to University. Do you kick for goal here?
No, I'll be going for the points here. Too far behind. But I'll tell you, it's been a very, very long time since University been held to 0. Against Hamilton a couple of weeks ago, got 3 points, but the first time they haven't scored a try for many, many years. So very unusual to see Uni on 0, so let's hope they fix that up soon.
Yeah, of course, not helped tonight by the couple of players out. There's a few debutants in, and it does affect you, doesn't it, when you're 10 and 12 are out? They're normally your go-to man. Do you blame yourself?
Yeah, not really. No, Will's a very good player, and he'll certainly be stepping up for years to come. He's a long-term player playing country 20s. He's got a big future in front of him, but pretty difficult to come in with a new 10 and 12 on a Tuesday night. We haven't even trained together before. We didn't even know they were called up until last night, just with a few late injuries. So very disjointed out there, but they've really shown what it's like to be a uni player, play with passion, play with pride, and never give up. And that's what you want to instill in your young players.
And here goes Kennedy. Oh, Kennedy looking dangerous out wide there. And again, good
Dylan
defence
Hines
there. Dylan Hines just treating him like
Rob was about to blow the whistle there.
Proverbial ragdoll. It was a little bit of a dangerous throw maybe, and Rob Delbo now saying offside, but I'll tell you what, Dylan Hines showing a mountain of strength there, just picking him up and treating him like a 2-year-old.
Yeah, Darcy's a very strong runner there, and I think that's probably one of the first times he's been treated like that. But Dylan Hines really got under the ribs there, swung him around, and looks like he's okay. Limping a little bit to the line out, but you don't want to show weakness.
No, definitely, and as you said, it's something the University side pride themselves on, is their fight, their courage, their spirit, which they continue to show us week in, week out. They're always a team. If you play, you know they're going to keep coming at you to the very end.
Yeah, 6 minutes to go here. The game's almost over, I think, but we'll keep going until the final whistle.
Yeah, ball to the back and missing out on that one there. The Waratahs taking forward. Frank Roberts it was that cleaned that one up from the back. So the ball, a little bit of confusion there. Forward. Penalty, though, called by Delbo.
Hands in the ruck by University.
So, again, execution letting the University side down.
Yeah, I think that's a little disappointing. You can forgive one or two, but it seems to be a lack of communication out there at the moment. Again, Waratah in the same situation, and you can't blame a lack of practice, lack of training, but with so many new people in there, it's just getting difficult with the new jumper in there, Dylan Nagel in the second row. He's had a strong game around the paddock. Their strength just hasn't been up to scratch tonight.
And here they go again now. The University side winning that one. That's a good win
steal.
back for them. Good steal. There's the ball coming out now. And again, ball not finding the player intended. Hanley with it now. Long ball out wide. Kennedy's on his outside, but no, he can't get a free hand away to the danger man, the fullback. And the ball just going to ground again. Referee Delbo says backwards.
Yeah,
No, he
just lack
says
of basics at the moment for University. That pass was behind the runner, and a couple of passes before that, the ball just behind the
just
runner.
the timing, isn't it?
It's
I
just
guess
the timing. It's
you can't help that with the changes that you guys have had, I guess. So
no, not at all. You can see Jack on screen there, the new captain tonight, really whipping up the boys, and it's good to see with 5 minutes to go that the boys are still keen for the result for the game and just won't give up.
got to give credit to the Waratah side though. They've been patient. They played a couple of good phase play when they've had this ball in the second half, and they've come away with the spoils here today with 5 minutes to go. I know it's still early to call it, but
in general play, they've been very impressive. I think their set piece, something like you mentioned before, if they want to compete with the Waratahs and the Hamiltons, the Hamiltons and the Wanderers, they've really got to get that line out done, because if they were playing like this tonight against Hamilton, it would probably be a different result. You just can't give away that much ball in line out or scrum. But other than that, they've been very patient, which is something you don't often say about a Waratah team. I thought I was expecting them to throw it wide a lot more, throw it to the 13 and the 12, but they seem very patient. Big build-up play by the forwards, a lot of pick and drives and one off the ruck, and just being patient, kick for the corners and score the points when they're in on offer.
yeah, definitely good scrum here by the University side, catching Waratah off guard. That's the University of old we like to see, and dancing around on the far side there. As they're taking, not making much ground, but they'll be happy with the tight head there. Taking the ball forward and getting
Good run
through.
by Dylan Nagel.
Getting through there was Big Nagel, the debutant. Nice little short ball there. And
Waratah off their line really quick. It's something that really has improved from last year, just let them down. They looked a little bit unfit, but they've definitely been on the ball tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And kick forward, probably not the best option there. And drop though. This could be trouble for Waratah, but taken there by Junior Polai and kicked again. Did not need to do that. A little bit of trouble there. There might have been a bit of foul play, one might say. I'm not going to
I think
draw
Jack
into it too much.
Yeah,
but
just typical forward. Didn't want to let the winger go. Thought, he's a bit smaller than me. I'll hang on to him a bit, and fired up the winger a bit. Hasn't done much tonight other than that nice little break there on the left-hand side. It's really been a game in the forwards and the centres, the wingers and fullbacks, other than Tim Riley early on in the game. Haven't seen much of the ball.
They could have played in jumpers, or skins at least.
They could have done.
Put the undergarments on, the long johns out here. Because I'll tell you what, I'm wearing mine and I'm absolutely freezing. You can see on your Bar TV pictures there the dew and the frost collecting on the ground. Of course, bringing the games to you in high definition.
And you're covering the third grade game tomorrow between Uni and Waratah?
There will be a camera out here, yes.
Beautiful.
There will be, unfortunately.
The entertainers, they're called. Waratah had a pretty good result in second grade tonight as well. Scored on the bell to beat University. Traditionally, Waratah haven't really been overly strong in second or third grade, but I believe they swept Maitland last weekend in first, seconds and thirds. And I guess maybe not having a Colts, which is unfortunate, maybe strengthen the other grades up a little bit as well. And you can see the results in second and thirds. And one on the bell against University, which was a shame.
Yeah, that's right. And at the moment, the C word, a bit of a dirty word.
Yeah, the Colts. It's funny, isn't it? With Singleton forfeiting the other week, and also Lake Macquarie not having a comp. I'm not sure where they go to in the future, but that's something they've got to sort out soon.
Yeah, definitely is. We go now, a couple of minutes remaining, so there's still time for University to get on the scoreboard, and that is offside. That is blatantly offside by the man who's already spent time in the bin. Calls for a second yellow card, but referee Dalbo with the Bar TV mic in his ear, not hearing the crowd.
That's a great kick. I think this is the 6th or 7th time Uni have been in this position, and with a minute to go, if they want to get off this donut, this is the time.
So what do you think they're going to do here? Go to the back again? Surely not.
Yeah, I'd probably go to up the front here and just maul it over.
Just
keep it nice and simple.
Angus Price looks like the man who needs to get this ball.
One of the Jack McKenzie.
Jack McKenzie, good leap there by the captain.
Here we go.
And here they go. As you said, Sam Berry. The ball at the back controlled nicely, but Waratah's defending quite well as they go forward now, the University side. This is going to be a good forwards try if they can get over the line. He's at the back. Nick Lane, he's over. Yes, he is. That's a great try by the University side, and they'll not get the 0 scoreline. They've scored a try, and they'll be happy with that one, Sam.
Yeah, well done, Nick Lane. He was saying during the week he tried to claim a try during pre-season. Means he gets off his nudie run, but we'll tell him that it doesn't. But obviously there tonight, we might have to cut this off the footage so he can't prove it.
Well, he's a hooker anyway, so I'm sure on the silly Sunday he'll probably getting his gear off at some stage on campus.
You'd think that if he threw the others straight, he'd have 7 or 8 tries tonight, wouldn't he?
Well, that's right. If he didn't keep... Does he call the lineouts?
He doesn't call them, but normally the Jack calls them there. There's the skipper there tonight. He normally calls them, but probably his throw's just been a little bit off the mark. But it is quite dewy, and I'll never be cranky at a hooker for getting his throws wrong, because I could only imagine how difficult it would be. Never thrown one myself.
It's always hard for a hooker to throw it in.
Black Dot.
That's why they're on the big bucks. Black Dot, Dave Kennedy.
Will not miss.
Will not miss. Here we go. He's aimed it wide to the right, so he's going to... The former soccer player is going to want plenty of hook on it, and he's got it. Has he? Yes, he has. So welcome back to first grade, Dave Kennedy, and that'll be full time here for the catch-up match with University finishing on 5, defeated by Waratah 23. Waratah 23, University 7. I got a bit ahead of myself. Thanks very much, Sam Berry, for joining us.
Pleasure.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having me. Congratulations to Waratah. I know I was slightly one-sided in the commentary tonight, but they were far too good and deserved the result.
No worries, and we thank you greatly, and what a great match-up for the greater NHRU. A round 5 catch-up match here at University on the Tuesday night. Thanking our sponsors, the Greater, NIB, Vitek, Tui's, Tulloch, and the Herald. Of course, we've got a big Friday night matchup coming up for you guys for Bar TV with Wanderers taking on Lake Macquarie at number 2 Sports Ground. If you can't get to the game, watch us on Bar TV. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'm Gareth Wazick, and I'll see you next time.
We're always on your side. We've got this winning lineup of products and services ready to get you over the line. To kick goals for your finances, contact the Greater. Proudly supporting Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union.
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.
Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
Swimming, basketball,
Netball,
and athletics,
you'll see this logo.
it's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
and you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.